So we're going to do the Hogushi sequence today, a Japanese form of self-massage just to help you get in touch with your own body. And some people find this a little awkward, but I say just go with it. And if you feel like you're looking silly, don't worry, because nobody's watching. Let's just start today. We're just going to get right into it. First part, we start in our Hogushi messages right down in our glute muscle. Glute muscle is the biggest muscle in the body. And we're going to just take our hands behind us, feet flat to the floor. And then we're going to roll onto one side. So just find our glute muscle on one side and just rock. Now, you might be very aware of your body or you might not be, but there's a couple of bones that you might be coming across as you rock. You've got your sit bones underneath. If you like, you can just roll around and feel for your sit bone. And then right out on the side, that kind of knobbly bit that your thigh bone goes in is your greater trochanter. So we're looking for the muscle in between these two bones. See if you can let any tension in your shoulders go. And just explore. Notice the sensation, notice the feeling. Often we hold a lot of tension and tightness in our hips. So glute is kind of three muscles, and they're not all separate. They're kind of a little bit layered over each other, so it can be quite hard to isolate. But we're going to see if we can find another point. And we do that by just dropping down onto our elbows. And so now you're a little higher. And you might become aware of the base of your spine, your coccyx, and maybe even the hip bone, the ASIS, the one that juts out the side of your body. You might roll back towards the spine. You might roll towards the hip. Scan through the jaw, the face, no tension in the upper body. And then we'll do one more. We're going to lean forward this time, bring the whole body up. So you're kind of right on the sit bone, leaning just a little forward of center. Maybe a little more awkward. You can just let everything be as free as possible. Remembering that we can't force our body to be relaxed. Trying to relax is like trying to go to sleep. The more we try, often the less we succeed. Sometimes you just have to let things come to you. All right, now we're going to just go straight to the other side. I'm going to turn around. You don't need to. And just like we started, leaning back, feet flat to the floor, and just roll onto the side straight away. Notice if this side feels different. My right side of the body is definitely not as happy as the left side. So what can we notice about our body as we explore? Let's come down onto our elbow, just like we did on the other side, a little higher up. You might like to just listen to your breath and maybe even send the breath right to the glutes, just using your attention. Just bring your attention to that part of the body. Take a breath. Allow energy, our chi to flow to that part of the body. And then we're going to roll forward. What can we notice? So now we're going to work into our shoulders. Hips and shoulders are connected, as is every part of our body. Our gallbladder meridian rolls down this side. So let's just explore a little higher up. We're going to come down and lean on our shoulder and then just roll over it. So see if you can relax. You might relax your head down on the floor. Notice where you're holding any tension. And we want to be rolling back towards our spine and then just rolling over our arm. Try and let the whole rest of the body be as free as you can. Probably right now you're thinking, what did I get into today? Just trust that once you do this whole sequence, your body will feel very different without too much effort. All right. Let's take our arm above the head. And this time we're just going to roll upper body back and over. Notice if you're holding tension in your neck. Just really work out whatever's going on in your shoulder. And the third one we'll do for our shoulder. It might look a little bit awkward, but we're going to take our shoulder behind the body and slowly come down. And you might not have a big range of movement here, but just drop your shoulder down, roll it back. Keeping the palm face down. Okay, now you can just roll over or you can switch sides as I am. Straight to the other side. Now we'll come down onto our arm. Just rolling over, rolling back. Right away, I noticed that on this side, my neck is not quite as challenged. What can you notice in your body? And now we'll take our arm up above the head, rolling forward, rolling back. Just trust your own range of movement. We're not trying to get anywhere. We're just aiming to listen to our body. So no effort, no trying, no pushing or striving. There's a concept I love in Taoism called carefree wandering. Carefree wandering is just to be moving in a direction without any sense of needing to get anywhere. Perfection is a static and finished state. It's not real because everything changes. So when we embrace carefree wandering, we're not static. We're just moving with the flow of whatever life brings us. Let's take the arm behind again, drop the shoulder down, and just rolling forward and down, listening to the body. When you're ready, press yourself up. And we're going to extend our legs in front. So you might like to just wave your toes to the camera, maybe. And see if you can find your sit bones. So pull a bit of flesh away from your butt cheeks. And just come up as tall as your body naturally wants to go. So shoulders heavy. Just feel that gap between shoulders and ears. The chin tucks in a little. And neck feels long. So you want to feel the crown of the head lifting up. And we'll take a breath in together. As we sigh out, we're just going to extend our arms. Now, we're not trying to touch our toes. Notice where your hands get to. Are they 6 inches or a foot away from the toes? Maybe they're touching the toes, but no effort. Just extending the arms. We're not trying to reach. So we're going to come back to this shape a few times today. We'll start by breathing in, lift the arms up. As we sigh out, we're just going to walk the hands around to the side, and you might like to just explore a little. And then we'll reach up, take a breath in, and then the other side, just exploring. Take your fingers to the ground. Doesn't matter where they go. Maybe they go out to the side. Anywhere that your body feels like taking you. And let's come up again, take another breath. And exploring, maybe we go a little further back now, maybe. And then breathing in. And letting go, maybe a little further back. Try and keep your chin in line with the body so we're not looking behind. Now let's reach our arms forward again. Just notice where they get to. This time we're going to take a breath in. And as we sigh out, we're going to bend our elbows, take them down to the ground, and just see if you can really sigh out. Rest back up, breathing in. Maybe walk a little further. One more time, big breath. And maybe a little further. Come back up tall. And same on the other side. Bending the elbows. Keep the sit bones as heavy as you can. Just let the twist happen without pushing or forcing. And we'll come up tall and reach forward. Notice where the hands get to. All right. Let's take our feet down to the ground. And actually, no, let's keep them extended. And we're going to press our hands right into the floor next to our hips. So hands are stacked directly under the shoulders. We're going to press into our hands, press into our heels, and just lift our tailbone up. Maybe we come up all the way. And then press back down. Push the hips back in between the hands. Just a few of these. Lifting, pelvic bone comes up. And then coming back, hips between the hands. Maybe 2 more times. Go. And the last one. So we're going to lift one knee up. With our other leg, we're going to just drop our calf onto the knee. And we're just going to explore the back of the calf. So just lean back into your hands. And you might like to roll the foot. And just see if you can bring the knee right in the meat, right in the mango of your calf muscle at the back. Just letting it be heavy. No need to push or force anything. These are acupressure points on our bladder meridian. And then we'll come down to the other side, lifting the leg up, rest the back of the calf on the knee. And just explore, listening to the body. All right, let's come down all the way onto our back. And you might like to just draw the knees into the chest, maybe hugging your arms around, and just a little rock side to side. Big sigh. If you can tuck in your chin and feel your spine, the back of your neck, back of your head heavy into the mat. And we're going to take one hand on each knee and just open through the hips. Just whatever size circle your body wants to give you. You can experiment changing directions. And if you like, you might reach in between the legs and just grab a hold of shin or ankle, whatever works for you, keeping the spine heavy. Just press the feet up. You might even rock a little side to side. Big sigh out. So we're going to do some rock and rolls along our spine to come up to sit. But if that doesn't work for your body for whatever reason, you're very welcome just to roll onto your side and press yourself up into a seated position. But if you'd like to join me, bring the knees back in. We want to push our hands down, lift our tailbone off the mat, and then just use a bit of momentum to come up to sit. And then we might just tuck in our chin, so you don't look side to side. Be careful of your neck. Take as many of these as you like. So allowing your spine to just connect with the ground, a little massage of every vertebrae. And then whenever you feel ready, just arrive in a seated position. And we're going to bring our feet together. Soles of the foot together, knees wide. Maybe your knees are up here, maybe they're low, it doesn't really matter. Big sigh out. We're just going to let our body lean down one way and then the other. And then see if you can really lose any sense of control. Listening to the body, feeling this sense of groundedness. We're connecting our kidney 1 point, our Yongchen point, right at the bottom of the ball of the foot, just behind or under the big toe. So your kidney 1 point, excuse the feet, is sort of around here. If you curl your toes in, there's like a natural dimple. And this is the start of the kidney meridian. We're going to explore that a little bit. And the way we'll do that, we'll just start by lifting up a leg. And you might just try and let your foot be really heavy. Just shake it. Shake it like you're kind of waving it to the camera maybe. Try and get rid of any of the stress in your foot. Some people's ankles are locked permanently, so see if you can really like let yours be loose, and then we'll roll it. Now, this is another bit you might want to skip, but if you'd like to join me, I'm going to place my fingers in between each one of my toes. So our toes are often just kind of stuck in our shoes and they get all kind of curled over one another. So we're just spreading our toes apart. Just take a few breaths here. Maybe notice the feeling. And then we're going to bring our hand onto our foot, our other hand on our knee, and just start opening through the hip joint. Now this leg, your extended leg can move around. It doesn't have to be fixed. Upper body is soft. Right, let's bring our knees together now. So we're going to fold our knee in. Might look very awkward, but it should feel okay. And then we're going to open it out. So just internal and external rotation of that hip joint. And relax the shoulders. And now we're going to take a hold of our ankle and just roll it back and forward, however much your body wants to move. And we'll bring that foot down, and we're going to come over to the other side now. So just like we did at the other side, just pick up the leg and see if you can shake the foot. Let go of any tension or tightness. You might roll the ankle both directions. Shake it all out. And you might like to spread the toes on this foot as well. Just thread your fingers in between. If you are one of these people repulsed by your own feet, just get to know every part of your body. Your toes will be more kind to us, keep us a bit more stable and mobile as we get older if we get to know them. All right, and then we'll pick up the foot, pick up the knee, opening out just like we did on the other side. And let's bring our knees together. That sort of awkward looking one. And then opening out. Take your time, just let your body ease into each movement. We're training our nervous system just to allow to move away from that feeling of being stressed or activated. Nervous system controls so many functions in our body, our digestion, our metabolism, our level of immunity, our respiration. So just notice this feeling of allowing, not pushing, not forcing, just working through our body. And noticing wherever we might be a little stuck, a little tense. So let's do that hinge now, forward and back. All right, let's take our legs out just like we did before. And sit bones, you might pull that flesh away, just extend the hands out. We're not reaching, just seeing where they get to. Maybe the same, maybe a little more, just notice. All right, so this time we're going to come into, in yoga, you would call this Janu Sirsasana, and you want to have one leg straight, curl the toes in, the other leg bent and foot into the thigh. And just come up as tall as you can and take a breath. And we're going to start just very simply, just leaning down. Your elbow might land on the inside, the fleshy part on the inside of your leg, just below the knee. And we're going to start with our palm turned down, and then we're just going to roll until our palm turns up. Shoulder is stacked over the elbow. And then you might just work your way up. So we're working our way up our kidney meridian. And when you get to the end, just come back. Don't feel like you're pushing or forcing anything. You're just using your body weight, leaning into it. Feeling of grounding, connecting with the earth. All right, let's come up as tall as we can again. Take another breath. This time our other arm is just going to roll down, and maybe it won't get as far as the foot. Just see how you go. And your opposite shoulder is going to roll back. Just thigh out. And then we'll come up tall again. Take another breath, and it's exactly the same, just rolling the arm down, rolling the shoulder back. A little bit of a twist maybe. Just let your body ease into it. Not wondering how we look, we're just sighing out. This time when we come up, we're going to take another breath, turn our whole torso towards the extended leg. So we're looking towards the toes, and then we sigh out, and head comes down towards the knee. Let it go, empty out. You might take one more breath here. And then we'll slowly come up. And you might just hold there, or you might do one more. We might roll the arm down, and this time take the hand past the ear. Just sighing out. And then we'll come back up. Hands come behind the body. Let's extend our knees up and just open through the hips. Just noticing that sense of freedom. Something has shifted, something has moved. All right, and when you're ready, we're going to come to the other side. So extend the foot out, draw the foot into the thigh. Come up as tall as you can, and then we're just going to lean down, shoulder over the elbow, just like we did on the other side. Using our body weight, stacking our bones, teaching our body to support itself. You might like to just bring attention back into your breath. Let's come up tall. And this time we're just going to roll the arm down. Just explore, just roll the shoulder back. Flying out. One more time, breathe in, come up tall. Exhale. Rolling the shoulder back. We'll come up and sit tall, turn our torso towards the leg, big breath in, and exhale. And then one more time, breathing in, you might take the arm over as well. And just let the body sigh out. And when you're ready, we're going to come back, hands behind, open through the knees again. Hips will be feeling a lot of sensation. Just notice that. And when you're ready, this time we're going to roll over onto all fours. Stack your hands under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. You might tuck your toes at the back if you like, if it feels good. Let's drop our spine and lift our chin. And then we're going to roll our spine up and tuck our chin. All right, just find your own movement here. You can free up the movement any way you like. You might like to start exploring the shoulders, the hips. You might like to turn your neck from side to side. Let's walk our hands forward. We're going to just drop the shoulders down. And take a few breaths here. Just let the whole body be heavy. And then we'll walk the hands back towards the body. Keeping the toes tucked at the back, we're going to bring our sit bones down and just let our whole weight come over the heels. Strong sensation in the toes, just let it be there. You might take a breath or two. Let's take our hands back down. This time, walk them out a little further. We're going to lift our tailbone up. So now we're in a full downward facing dog. Press into the heels. Spread the fingers as wide as you can and see if you can press into each individual finger. Our tailbone is lifting up. You might like to turn your armpits so that they're a little towards each other, just opening through the back body. We're going to roll forward, maybe drop down onto the knees, come down all the way, bend the elbows, keep them close to the body. And we'll take a back bend, we'll lift our head, neck, and shoulders up. Keep those elbows tucked in if you can. And then slowly coming back down. One more time, draw the thighs together, lifting the upper body just as high as your body wants to go. And slowly back down. And this time we're going to press ourselves back up into all fours and then all the way back to the child's pose, dropping the sit bones down. You can bring the arms by the side of your body if you like, or just keep them in front. Let's come back up into all fours. We'll press up into another downward facing dog. Press down through the heels. You might like to walk a little side to side. And when you're ready, just start putting one foot in front of the other. Take a really slow walking towards your hands. No rushing. Don't worry how far you get. Whenever you feel like you don't want to move anymore, just big sigh. Just let your head be heavy, your arms heavy. You might like to add in a little twist here, just rolling one arm up towards the ceiling. And then the other. Maybe one more time. And we'll heel toe just a little wider. And then drop our sit bones down. So now we're in a full squat. Maybe if this doesn't work for your body, just come sitting down. You might bring your hands to heart center. And when you feel ready, take the hands behind, drop yourself down. And we'll just arrive back where we started in a seated position. Let's roll our shoulders. Both directions. And we'll bring our palms onto the body. Let's turn our chin to one shoulder. And then the other. Let's take one hand down onto the ground. We're going to reach our other arm over and just sigh out. And then switching sides. We'll take both arms behind. You might like to draw the shoulder blades towards each other. And if you'd like to join me, I'm going to bring my head all the way forward below my heart, maybe down onto the ground, taking the hands behind the back. You might even like to tuck your toes here. Just take a moment or two, a breath or two. When you're ready, come up as slowly as you can. Slowly lifting the head back up. And we'll bring our palms to heart center. You might like to scan through your body, just notice how you feel. And I just encourage you to take it slow when you get back up again. Have a big glass of water. Maybe sit down for a few minutes. Just listening to the body, noticing all the energy we've moved and shifted. Let's bring our palms together. Last little bit of heat. And we draw our hands back together at heart center, thanking ourselves for taking the time to listen to our body today. And of course, we bow to each other, acknowledging the shared energy of practice today.